China has felt pressure from Britain and the European Union as a dozen Chinese firms have been accused of supplying Russian President Vladimir Putin's war machine. Britain imposed sanctions on 46 companies and individuals, most of them based Russia and 3 registered in Hong Kong. After Group of 7 leaders discussed the Ukraine war a virtual meeting on Wednesday, Britain is imposing sanctions on Chinese companies for the first time due to the Ukraine war. We remain committed restricting the export of all items critical to Russia's military and industrial base, including those used on the battlefield, and we call on third parties take equivalent action, G7 leaders said in a statement. We reiterate our call on third parties to immediately stop providing material support to Russia's aggression or face heavy costs. We call on China to pressure Russia to cease its military aggression and withdraw its troops from Ukraine immediately, completely and unconditionally, they said. They added that they encourage China to support a comprehensive, just lasting peace based on territorial integrity and the principles purposes of the United Nations Charter, including direct dialogue with Ukraine. Meanwhile, at a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in Beijing on Thursday, European Council President Charles Michel demanded that China immediately reach an agreement with 13 companies supplying dual-use products to Russia. Michel said that EU leaders meeting in Brussels may decide to name Chinese companies next week if there is not enough assurance from Beijing. England versus China. In recent years, the UK-Chinese governments have had numerous wars of words over Hong Kong's democracy and freedom, Xinjiang's human rights issues. On Wednesday, the UK government announced 46 new sanctions targeting individuals and groups supplying and financing Putin's war machine. The sanctions also included 31 Russian individuals' entities associated with designing, manufacturing unmanned aerial vehicles, missile parts, the import supply of key electronic components. 4 companies, each based in Belarus, Serbia, Turkey and Uzbekistan, were sanctioned for shipping to Russia, while 4 UAE-based entities were accused of facilitating unrestricted trade in Russian oil. Sanctions were also imposed on 3 companies registered in Hong Kong. British Sanctions Minister Anne-Marie Trevelyan said the latest sanctions would hit Putin where it hurts, damaging Russian defense systems and collapsing the illegal supply chains that support Russia's war machine. The UK's National Crime Agency on Wednesday issued a warning to financial institutions and other members of the UK-regulated industry that Russia was attempting to supply UK-sanctioned goods through intermediary countries. The list includes many items found on the battlefield in Ukraine and includes integrated circuits, as well as other electrical and mechanical components. Shipped items. The trio of Hong Kong companies named an app